Welcome to Onslow County Today. I'm your host, Lisa Whitman-Grice, and we are checking in here at the Onslow County Senior Services Center. We have so much going on with this month's episode. We're going to be talking with folks from Senior Services and about what they've got going on, from the Peers Program, from Park and Recreation, from the Health Department, and from the Farmers Market. April is super busy. There is a lot for you to do here in Onslow County today. Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us is Evelyn Denice, Assistant or Deputy Director of Onslow County Senior Services. Evelyn, thanks for joining us today.
Well, Lisa, thank you for having me. I'm so happy and excited to get you guys and give you a very quick tour of our facility so you can come and join us anytime you want to.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to walk around, then in some of our later segments, we're going to meet some of your awesome staff and talk about specifically your programs and volunteering here, and even a celebration that you all have coming up in May. So as we begin, anyone who ever comes over here, one, we always notice there's always music going on.
Absolutely.
There's always a lot of fun. If there's not food, there's pool. If there's not pool, there's card games. We're crafting. Let's go take a look. You ready?
I'm ready.
But we need to watch where we're going because you're burning rubber, and so are a lot of your folks here.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about, even the halls get used in this space.
Yes, even the halls. So we have actually a pretty big hallway. We have this building is sectioned off in different sections. We got about 4. And 17 laps in this hallway equals 1 mile.
17, okay, so we're starting.
So we're starting.
Okay.
Now, as people not only come to do hall walking, we have congregate nutrition, where we gather and feed the seniors around noontime.
And there's always something, you know, if you come in the building, you're like, what they're cooking today? It always smells really good.
You can always figure out what's cooking, and if you don't, you peek and see. No, it's okay. Are you doing your hall walking today?
I've done that already.
You're done. See?
Good job. How many laps today?
How many laps?
2 laps.
Outside, not in here. That's little kids.
And it's raining, so she is motivated.
I go down to farmer's market and I do it at home.
Way to go.
I live in an apartment that has 16 buildings plus the office and the bathrooms. And I go all the way down there twice, and I'm 83, just turned 84.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, keep on walking.
Motivation.
He's lubricated.
That's right. Keep them going. Keep them moving.
Yeah, do it in the morning when you get up, you lay on the bed, why not?
Now I'm jealous.
Hi, Smitty.
Good morning.
So 17 laps?
You know what? That's the other thing is when I come here, I either speak to people I know or I don't know. I don't think it matters. It's a place to visit.
It's a place to visit, and it's rewarding to talk to them. Sometimes seniors need to get out of their home to ensure that they have a place where they can come and socialize. Socializing is the biggest, plays a big impact on seniors' lives. So card games. We have seniors, they do card games. We have library, we lend books out. People come and donate books as well. We also have our library, our computer lab.
Okay.
On our computer lab, we do a couple of things. Sometimes we do Medicare counseling. So when it's coming close to that time of turning 65, you know, at 6 months, they start calling saying, when can I make my appointment? When can I come in? This is where you come in. This is where we can come and help you.
And talk a little bit about, so when you say come and help, you have a very special team of folks.
We do.
And tell us about the SHIP program.
So our SHIP program basically runs all year long with volunteers. There's specific times that we do open enrollment, My bad. There's specific times where we do open enrollment.
Okay.
And that is through October timeframe to December. That's for Medicare Part D. But our SHIP volunteers can come in and help you and walk with you through the process of where you need to start filing for your Medicare benefits, as well as what those benefits are going to look like. Make comparisons between some of the Advantage plans, and also make comparisons to what prescription plan you're actually going to benefit the most out of.
And it can be really complicated, a little daunting. So the fact that you all have great, well-trained volunteers that they can come in, visit with, sit down, and make that transition easier is a great gift to our community.
Yes, our volunteers train all year long. They actually have ongoing training because the process is always changing. It's always changing with what billers can do, what providers can do, and the consumer doesn't normally know that. And it's important for them to let the consumer know what those changes are, what to expect, how to read even a Medicare prescription D invoice, or what comes to them at the end of a benefit form, for example. So
Now, this one says class in session, do not enter, so we don't want to disturb them unless they don't mind us poking our head
should we
in.
peek?
Let's see what they're doing.
Let's see what
They're
they're up
always
to.
making crafty something in here.
Oh,
What are we? Oh, we're drawing today.
they are drawing today.
We're just peeking. Thank you all. So what's today? Sketching?
We're doing a little bit of everything, but we're talking about our past today. So we've had poetry, memories, what's been happening in our life lately. This is not a normal, but in between we're doing sketching and everything. So we're talking along with what we're doing today.
Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you, and thank you for coming today and sharing your stories with us. Thanks. And they've got goodies, always goodies in this building, Evelyn.
There's always something good. There's always something good. We also have a quilters group, and I believe they started a new quilt. The last quilt actually was raffled through one of our community partners, the Friends of the Aging,
Okay.
and it was a success. But
Now, Evelyn, this is something that is near and dear to a lot of folks in our community because they may have loved ones who have benefited from the service. Tell us about your adult daycare.
well, an adult daycare helps our residents who have anywhere from mild Alzheimer's to any other dementia-related disease or disorder. We start our business hours at 7:30, end at 5, and it benefits those caregivers that still have to actually work, but don't feel comfortable leaving their loved one at home, and they might not feel comfortable leaving their loved one with another caregiver that might not have the opportunities and activities that we actually offer for them here.
Now, how does one get to participate? How do you register and be a participant in the actual program?
So to be a participant, all they need to do is call at adult daycare at 989-3007, and we start the registration process. So there are certain criteria they have to meet. So they have to be 60 years old and older. Sometimes we might, depending on what the case might be, we might actually take somebody that's younger, because it's in the end it's about helping also the caregiver. And what we just do is register them. We give them a tour because they want to make sure that they're bringing their loved one to a place they're going to feel comfortable. Then we'll show them what the activities are, and then we just go from there. It is such a relatively easy process.
All right, and it provides such an important benefit, that respite for the caregiver. It's that, I believe in your philosophy of caring for the caregiver and the idea
Absolutely.
of self-care so that they can do their very best for their loved one.
We also have a music room.
I was going to say, frequently we hear either Bible study or piano lessons. My dream is to learn to play the piano. So when I'm gonna.
Do you want to try?
I'm gonna no.
We can ask.
I'm gonna sign up in here when the time
When
comes.
the time comes?
Absolutely. How are you all? Can we poke our head in for just a second? Hi there. So look, so everybody's a star. So we're with Onslow County Today, the county news program, and we're featuring senior services for our whole April edition and into May. And so we love to see what you all do here.
Would you like to know what I think about this place?
We would
Of
love
course.
to.
I love this place. They do so much for the seniors, and especially at Christmas time and all the other holidays. And they even serve food here for them.
Awesome.
And they have the transit bus that goes and picks them up. I enjoy it because I'm carrying on with my music, and I love the piano. And I've learned a lot since I've been here.
Now, is anybody just starting piano? Did you all play before?
I've been here 10 years.
Okay.
And I took 1 year in high school, but she has taught me so much more because I quit, I got married and had our big family.
I do have some beginners.
You have beginners? So I have to know, where did you take in high school?
In Jacksonville High School.
At Jacksonville?
1954.
All right, at the old high school when it was down on New Bridge.
That's where I first did.
Wonderful.
It means I don't like play.
Oh my gosh, no. Well, I have always wanted to play the piano, but never did. So,
When you get 750, you can turn it.
I'm there.
Oh,
So, okay, it's free.
There's
Free
no
piano
cost.
lessons.
Free piano
I'm
lessons.
coming back. I'm coming
When
back.
I was 70, so it's never too late.
My oldest one that's taken is 93.
93.
Yes, and he's coming today.
That is
He
awesome.
will come. He is supposed to meet Glenn and I. We're going out together.
This is too much. I love it. All right, we're signing up.
ladies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's that?
Play us out? Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to need a little music to leave. Can you give us some traveling music? Play us out.
Have at it.
What you want to?
Miss Carol.
What's your favorite? You play your favorite.
They're all aspiring to
Thank you all. Oh my gosh.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Evelyn, it must be a pure joy to come to work every day.
It sure is.
I'm inspiring from, our 83-year-old power walker to budding musicians and crafters.
Absolutely.
And then the idea of the friendships that are forged.
Absolutely.
This has been wonderful.
I think that the beauty of it is that you come in here and you hear the stories. You find out one went to Jacksonville, the other one went to White Oak, and they talk and they start revisiting what they used to do back in those days. So memories are good to keep their soul going.
I love this. I love this. Now, we're going to meet with some of your other
We
staff
are.
members. Where else did you want to go? Oh,
One more
wait.
place. Come on.
We're going to go back this way because there's something around every corner in this building. Oh, this
We
is your
are-
new space.
This is our new space.
Oh, we have to see this.
And well, right now there was a class, and that's why the
Let's
table
pick-
was there. So it's a new space.
Oh, I love it. Look at
There's elbow room, so they can exercise and do what they need to do.
I know that our buddy Lisa Mobley, who works here, works a lot with balance.
She does.
And I know that you all teach those balance classes.
We do matter of balance,
Matter of
actually.
balance.
Yes.
And so it's so important of avoiding those falls.
Yes, fall
taking-
prevention.
Fall prevention. And then keeping fit, like our other friend said down the hallway. Got to keep things lubricated, keep things moving.
Yes, at 8 o'clock, this is packed with people exercising, doing the old-time aerobics, what they used to call them back in the day. And then from there, we go to chair exercises. Then we go to other more structure classes that are like Tai Chi.
So based
So-
on your ability, so even our folks who might have limited mobility, you do the chair exercises,
Absolutely.
or a lot really great for arthritic patients, I know, and then aerobic, and then Tai Chi, which we have learned is so wonderful for balance, for focus,
Yes, and health.
and health,
Yeah,
strength training.
overall health.
Fantastic. Weights. I love this space.
Yeah, and then we have a
it's
weight room,
bright
too.
and colorful and beautiful.
And we have a weight room to complement just not exercise, but if you want to do just walking, if you want to do biking, if you want to do just regular, what do you call that?
Strength training.
Strength training.
So making sure, that's what we, for our posture, making
Yeah,
sure.
so we
that
have we
everything-
call it the little monster machine, because some of them are intimidated by it because it does so many things. For you, it's one machine that does many.
Okay.
So, but it's a difference of there's a different of things that we can do. There's a
I love
difference
this,
now.
and I love
There's
this
an
space.
alternative for them. If they don't want to exercise here with people, they can exercise doing it in the fitness room.
Crafts, fitness, nutrition, fellowship, music, computers.
Yes,
You all do it all.
we do it all.
Awesome. You ready? Which way now?
Whichever way you want.
Okay, let's lead
just
out,
take a
and then
shortcut.
we'll take the shortcut, and then we're gonna go meet with some of your other staff members who are doing some very
Absolutely.
specialized activities.
Hi,
Hey,
Lorraine.
Look, Lorraine is always creating. I've never not been around Lorraine when there's not something beautiful getting made.
She does a great job at getting everything ready for the bingo. That's our
Okay.
big thing here too on Fridays. And whether it's getting the bingo cards ready, whether it's getting the table toppers for the tables for the next activities, that's where you're going to find Lorraine.
Lorraine, thank you. Thank you, and it's always so pretty. Always mystery crafts. I won't tell anybody. So we've come full circle.
We have.
Thank you for a very rapid-paced tour.
Thank you.
And we're going to close out with you, but we're
Okay.
going to bring in some of your other staff members who are doing some really
Yes.
special things.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Joining us now is Mary Ellen Nolan with Onslow County Senior Services. And Mary Ellen, we're kind of in your domain. This is a nutrition site,
Right.
nutrition center here with Senior Services. But we want to talk specifically with you about the value of your volunteers, how you all utilize those gifts of talents,
Right.
and then where you might have some needs. And the first thing is, this is Volunteer Recognition Month. So I'd love to know what your volunteers mean to Senior Services.
Okay, so the majority of volunteers that we have are for the Meals on Wheels program. Just here in the Jacksonville site, it requires 40 drivers per week.
Okay.
We have 8 different routes that go to various parts of the Jacksonville area. We also have meals going out of Richland, Sneads Ferry, and Belgrade. A lot of these folks don't get a meal during the day. They're probably maybe having some crackers and juice or something to that effect. These meals go out every day, Monday through Friday. It's a noontime meal. It's also eyes on. The drivers will knock. Person has to be able to come to the door. They make sure they're okay. If they don't answer, then they get a phone call. We call the emergency contact, and somebody's checking on them. And we have found that that's been a need. That it happens, things happen, and we follow up and make sure that they're okay.
I want you to talk about those drivers and those volunteers who give of their time and who are frequently seniors themselves.
Yes, the majority of our drivers are retired. They're either retired or moms that have kids in school and they're doing it while the children are in school. We have drivers that have been doing it 10, 15 years.
Wow.
Every week. Last month, we had a total of 77 volunteers that put in about 111 hours.
Wow.
Through all the sites. So yeah, many of them do it weekly. Every week, we have a couple drivers that do 2 days a week. And so, yeah, we couldn't do it without them. There are times if somebody is ill and they call and we can't make it, we do have some substitute drivers, or myself or my staff. We have to kind of scrounge and find somebody to deliver the meals, but we always get them out there. And so it's a huge undertaking for these drivers, and a big commitment.
Well, and they're using their private vehicles and they're loading them up.
They use their private vehicles, their own gas, and it takes anywhere from an hour to 2 each week for them to do it. These are the Cambros that the food goes out in, and then some also use their own coolers. They'll come in and transport it, and so that way at least once they're done, they go home or whatever they do because they're retired.
Because they're retired, but they're out delivering that midday meal.
Yes.
And you said they're going out not just from this nutrition center or nutrition site, but also from your outlying ones in different parts of the county.
Correct.
And then people can also come here and enjoy a meal.
Yes.
Okay.
We are open, we're open from 8 to 5, but We have folks that drive in for lunch. We have some that are no longer driving. We contract with Onslow United Transit that they bring them in. They come in, they participate in activities. We have lunch at 11:45 every day, and then after that, pretty much everybody starts heading home.
Now, you talked about the need for drivers, how many hours they give you per week, how they're out and about in all these sites. Tell us a little bit about your volunteer needs at this point, because you're really struggling to make sure you get all of those sites and folks met, those needs met. But we also want to talk about how they can sign up. So first talk a little bit about the deficit in volunteers. You've got a little bit of a gap here, and then how can folks sign up?
Right. Well, it's monthly. You know, like I said, these are retired folks. Some of our drivers are elderly themselves, and so they get to a point where they can no longer do it. And so then we're, always putting the word out there where it's kind of a rotation. We get some in, we get some military wives, so they are here a couple years and then off they go. To volunteer for this, it is an application process that they can call me, I can email it to them. It's a pretty quick turnaround. Usually we can get it done within about an hour, a week or two, and get them on board. If we don't have an open route at that time, which unfortunately mostly we do, they'll go on the sub list, which means somebody calls in, they can't make it, and then we call them. They have specific routes they like to do or that kind of thing. But it's constant every day. Because they are volunteers. It's not something they have to be at, but majority of them are always here unless something happens.
And giving of their time, their own personal resources, as you
Yes.
said, and then that connection. It's not just a meal that they're delivering, it's that contact.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. When they do a specific route, and it's like the people coming in today, they do the same route week after week, year after year. They get attached to these people, and the people get attached to them. I have folks call and tell me, well, when so-and-so gets here today, let them know that I'm, got a doctor's appointment or something. They know the names. They know who's coming that day. They stand and they talk with them and visit with them for a little bit. It's not just a matter of dropping the meal and going. They visit with them, and they do. They get very attached on both ends.
Well, you have a very special core of volunteers, and I know you want to build that core, so once again, we're going to remind them to call you. What is your telephone number? What's the best way for them to reach you?
Probably the best way is by telephone.
Okay.
It's 910-989-3006.
Okay.
Because that way I can explain to them the process and everything that they need to do and what I need to get them on board.
Well, awesome.
So.
Well, Mary Ellen, thank you for inviting us in and showing us around today and encouraging folks to volunteer, but also celebrating the great core volunteers you've got here at Senior Services.
Absolutely. We couldn't do it without them.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Joining us now is Shelley Ashley. Shelley, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Shelley, you are one of the team here at Senior Services, and you and I have known each other a really long time, and I always love to just talk with you about what you all do. So that's what we're going to do, because we're talking about celebrating
Right.
a party.
Yes.
Talk to us about celebrating Older Americans Month, which is coming up in May.
Yes. Yes, every May is dedicated to Older Americans Month. We always do special programs for the seniors here. They have a theme that they come down with because it is the whole month of May. So we do special things throughout the month. However, we celebrate seniors every day. So,
That's right.
But this year it's a new thing. We just got it on Friday. So it's Create, Connect, and Contribute.
All right.
Yes. So we are working on our plans right now as to what we're going to do, for the seniors for that month. So.
Okay.
The details on what we're going to do will be coming out in our newsletters.
All right, so your newsletter,
Right.
your website, you've got your
Absolutely.
Friends of Aging Facebook presence, so
Yes.
you all do so much. As you said, you celebrate older Americans every day.
day,
But this is
absolutely.
really a national
Right.
recognition.
Yes.
And we've participated in the past with that, with different, kind of special programs. When you think about Older Americans Month, and you think about that theme, create and contribute and connecting, I think that really defines this whole space all the time, doesn't it?
It does. It does, absolutely. We came up with actually one that we're working on. I'll kind of give you a little snippet on it. We had a gentleman just recently donate us a turntable
Okay.
with albums. So we
Okay.
thought it would be very interesting to go into different things from the past. So we're going to kind of work on that as a connect, to reconnect.
Okay.
So that's just a little snippet of what we're trying to work on right now.
So connecting with one another's stories, which we've seen
Right.
today.
Absolutely.
Contributing, giving both of your time and
Right.
your talent.
Absolutely.
And then certainly, you know, the idea of creating, which we saw in every corner of this building.
Right.
Shelley, talk about, and how long have you been here at Senior Services?
I've been here 21 years for senior services.
Has it really?
Yes.
It's flown, hasn't it?
Yes, it really has.
Talk about, you have certainly touched lots of lives here, but talk about the seniors who've come through the center that have made a difference in your life.
Oh, I've had many seniors come through here that's made a difference. And it's really hard because you see them in the hall every day, and then you're able to talk to them by name. You know, and that's what pleases them as well. I mean, it makes their day. You know, however, we get new seniors in here all the time. Right now, we're working on the senior games, and I am the actual coordinator for the Silver Arts for the senior games.
Okay.
So I'm having seniors come in now that are saying, this is my first time, this is my first time. So the first time makes it exciting just as well as the people that have been here in the past.
So right back to that create.
Yes, absolutely.
Right back
Absolutely.
to that create and the connections. And that's what, you know, when Evelyn and I were walking through, we were talking about the connections that you make just in the hallway. And,
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And then, you know, we talked about how they sometimes it's almost like a class reunion, you know, or, you know, people didn't even realize that someone else was visiting.
That happens all the time. Because we'll get someone to come in that want to be, that, you know, they say they want to join the center. It's not join the center, it's come visit the center.
Right.
And so they'll come in and they know people here already. So, you know, it makes it just so much more fun for them because it's not just socializing with new people, it's socializing with old friends.
So connecting.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, we also want to talk about a special program. Here we go. We've got
Yep.
folks coming right
Here
through. Come
comes
on
some of
through.
my ladies now. Come on through. Good morning.
You know, like I said, this hall is the best place in the world.
Yes.
And it's inspiring.
Absolutely.
You're like, I need to go. It's my turn.
And it
Get
opens
moving.
at 7:30 and it's busy at 7:30.
That is awesome. Now, we want to also talk about a special initiative that you all have.
Yes.
We visited and went by the adult daycare center with Evelyn, and we want to talk about your Dementia Live program because
Right.
I don't know of anyone whose lives have not been touched, who've not had a friend or family member who've not in some way been touched by dementia. And talk about the Dementia Live program because I just think this is a remarkable way to tell that story.
Well, the Dementia Live is where you can come and you can really get into what they're feeling.
Right.
Not just what it's all about, but what they're feeling. I just recently lost a family member to dementia. Recently last week on Thursday,
Oh, I'm
she
so
passed.
sorry.
And just seeing the decline and not understanding it. And it was hard because I have talked to the family and I have said, yeah, it's within her. And so if you don't know what's going on within her and you think you know the disease, you don't know unless you walk in the shoes. And so Dementia Live gives you a chance to be live in dementia, to know what's going on within the disease, not just reading what it is.
And it manifests itself so differently in
It
every
certainly does.
individual.
Certainly does. And she was very young. She was 62 years old. So she was very young. But hit with such a devastating disease and you don't know about it makes it very hard on both angles, the loved one and the one going through it.
You know, there's such a level of frustration.
Absolutely.
And then,
And resources, trying to find resources.
now, when will you all be hosting that and what do we need to know more about the details?
That is actually going to be on April 4th.
Okay.
And it's going to be, excuse me for looking at
That's
it, but
all
it's
right.
going to
We've
be
got a
9 to
wonderful-
2.
Okay.
And it is limited space, so they will need to register.
Okay.
Because they do have people that come in to do the tour, as well as Lisa Mobley, she's in charge of it. And they have people that schedule and then people that come in to help you go through the program.
All right. So you all have the information here, but
Yes.
also they can go online.
Absolutely.
And this is,
Absolutely.
you all are doing this on the 4th, but you all do a lot of education all year long.
Certainly, and resources. If they need the resources, we can provide them with the resources.
Well, Shelley, Ashley, you know that I just think that you are a dear, and I thank you for
Thank you.
taking your time. I know you are busy too.
Yes.
So we're going to let you go, but thank you
you.
for sharing with us. And we wish you a very happy Older Americans Month this coming May.
Thank you. We're
and
looking
every
forward
day.
to it. Thank you.
Oh, that one went in, Anna.
What was it?
It was green, I think. Anyway, maybe I'm not quite ready for senior games, but I know you are. This is Anna Stanley with Onslow County Park and Recreation. And you've got senior games going on. We talked to Shelley Ashley with Senior Services about that, your partner.
Yeah, the opening ceremonies are next weekend.
That is awesome. And then you've got, how many folks participating? She was sharing some numbers with you as we were
So far we have 113 this year.
That is fantastic.
That's great.
And you can be how old to begin?
50.
50. I'm 50 plus, but it looks like I need a little bit of practice before I sign on. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Now, Anna, you have so much going on. I don't even know when you sleep. I'm telling you, and your April is wide open. So start telling us, starting with senior games opening, and then what else you've got going on.
All right, so obviously we've got a holiday this month too as well. So
Okay.
so April 12th is jam-packed with activities. So it's on Friday night, Friday, April 12th. So we will start off with our family camp out, which is one of our popular programs.
Okay.
So families come out, they camp out in the park, we cook dinner, and then we have all kinds of activities afterwards. So we have our flashlight hunt.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's new. So we have a flashlight hunt, and we have our movie in the park.
Okay.
And then our athletic department is offering a family cosmic dodgeball tournament.
That's at Jason, isn't it?
Yes.
Jason and his cosmic dodgeball. To participate in that big family night, do we need to pre-register?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, you can register for one, multiple, or all, and then the Easter egg hunt, the flashlight hunt, and the movies are free.
All right,
So,
excellent.
yeah.
All right, so flashlight Easter egg hunt, camp out, cosmic dodgeball, cookout, movie,
Yeah.
and that's just one night.
That's just one night.
And then the next day,
Then we travel to our parks for our annual Easter egg hunts.
okay.
So.
For our viewers who have never done those Easter egg hunts, they are wide open. The Easter
Yes.
bunny is everywhere all the time, and eggs everywhere. So talk about the ages, who can participate in the egg hunts, and what they need to bring with them.
Okay, so we will kick off on April 13th at Onslow Pines Park at 11 a.m.
Okay.
So at each park, the age categories are 0 to 12, and so they'll be separated into categories once they get to the park. We ask that you bring a basket, but if not, we'll have some to give away, so don't fret. No worries, we'll take care of everybody. We'll make sure everybody gets something, goes home with something. So we start off at Onslow Pines, and then once we're finished with that one, we move on to Stump Sound in Steets Ferry. And then after that, we will finish up at Hubert Bypass Park. So the best thing to do is to go to our website to look for all the times and all the information.
And just hop on down the bunny trail.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you also have something that I wish I was better at, and that is a program on couponing.
Yes.
And, I get coupons, and then they somehow filter their way down to the bottom of my bag, and then I think, I had a coupon for that. There's a better way.
Yes.
And you all are going to teach us how.
Yeah, so you just come out. It's a free class that we've been offering about once a month, and it's just some tips and tricks on how to save money, how to make those coupons work for you, make your dollar go a lot further.
Okay. And last but not least, one of my favorite things, always and forever, you have Pirate Fest.
Yes, one of my favorites as well. So on April 26th and 27th, we have Pirate Fest in downtown Swansboro. We're adding something new this year. So to kick off Pirate Fest, you can come out on Friday night, and we are going to have a pre-party with pirates. So.
Well, nobody is better to hang out with than a pirate,
Yeah.
I have to say.
So we'll have some activities, and then we'll have a movie. Of course, we're going to show Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
So you can come out, have a meet and greet with the pirates, do some activities, some photo opportunities, and then stay and watch the movie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So movie, hanging out with pirates, and Pirate Fest with our
Yes.
partners down in Swansboro.
Yes.
And what do you encourage families? I mean, can we come dressed as pirates?
Oh, of course, we encourage it.
All
So
right.
it is great to see all the pirates out there, all the little ones out there. You're going to see a pirate invasion. I hear there's rumor that Swansboro is going to get invaded by pirates.
Well, you know, it's right there on the water.
Yeah.
And it's not unheard that pirates might have been here. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. Anna Stanley, you all, boom, boom, boom. You've got summer camp. We got to talk about registration is open, ready to rock
Getting
and
ready to
roll.
open.
Getting ready to open for summer camp registration. You've got spring break activities. I mean, you all are remarkable. So even though we can't talk about everything now, how can people learn more?
The best thing to do is to go to our website
Okay.
and then go to the individual page with the specific information.
Okay.
But also we post all of our flyers on Facebook as well.
All right, so go to the website, go to Facebook, check out, give a call.
Yeah.
And spring is sprungin'. Spring is springin', and it's a great time to just get out at any of Onslow County's beautiful parks,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right, well, Anna Stanley, thank you. I think it's still my shot because that ball went in.
It is.
Okay, thanks again.
All right. Thanks.
Welcome back to Onslow County today, and joining us, one of my favorite and one of our most fun guests is Tondria Leach.
Thank you.
With the Peers program.
Yeah.
Tondria, you could not do your job if you did not bring such love and enthusiasm to it.
That's so true.
So first and foremost, let me thank you for that.
Thank you.
And thank you for what you do for our families here in Onslow County. We want to talk about Peers. We want to talk about what April means for the Peers program and some of the activities that we can look forward to seeing Peers do this spring. So first and foremost, I always like to remind our viewers what Peers is.
So Peers is a local nonprofit under the DSS umbrella, and Peers stands for Parenting, Education, Empathy, Rapport, and Support. So we are there to meet all families' needs. If we can't meet it at Peers, we will find the resource within Onslow County that can help families.
Now, one of the things that you are all about is making sure that our families, that our children are safe.
Yes.
And talk about what April is here and what that means to Peers.
So April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and with Child Abuse Prevention Month, we try to get out in the community as much as we can to bring as much awareness as possible about child abuse and neglect, and how can we as a community help with reducing child abuse and neglect. So we're doing a Pinwheel Garden ceremony on April 3rd, which we're really excited, at 10 o'clock in the front yard at Peers. My husband has some little blue cutouts of some kids, and we do a little, we talk about great memories and making great memories with our kids. We talk about some stories about what it has meant to us for our own kids. And then we plant pinwheels in our front yard, and it's just to represent all the great childhood memories that we all have and that we want our own children to have and our grandchildren to have. Everyone is welcome to come, everyone, 10 o'clock in the front yard at Peers at 151 Cheney Avenue. We're also doing a fundraising event this month.
Okay.
So on April 5th at Discovery Church International, we're having our 16th annual Cherish the Child event. I know it was created 16 years ago by the Director of Department of Social Services, Heidi Bauer, when she was the Director of Peers.
Okay.
So this one event funds our daycare, our part-time daycare.
Okay.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we offer 9 to 1 daycare for parents. They can use it anytime, once a week. We don't have to know where parents are going, just so they could get away from their kids, just get a break, let the kids enjoy being a kid, parents enjoy being a parent.
You know, we were talking with our friends here at Senior Services earlier about how important it is for the caregiver to practice self-care.
Yes.
And that it's not limited to caring for our senior family and friends.
That is so true.
But it's also knowing that for the sanctity and safety of our own homes, everybody needs to take a minute for themselves.
They do. Self-care is so important. And being able to get out as an adult and just do some adult stuff without a child, sometimes just going to the grocery store without a child is peaceful.
And for anyone who has taken a 2-year-old down the toy aisle by accident knows
yes.
that story.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, we have to mention that this is a particularly poignant Cherish the Child because our dear beloved Heidi is retiring.
I know.
And
I don't want to
so-
think about it, but she
this
is.
this is a particularly, memorable year for you all because
Yes.
Heidi did establish that program.
She did.
I can't imagine in her retirement, though, that we won't see her involved in some capacity.
She is still volunteering as a board member for Peers.
I imagine.
And I'm hoping that she's going to come back and teach some of our parenting classes that we offer at nighttime to parents.
That's
Because she is trained in many of our curriculums. And I'm hoping that she will come back out and help support families.
Well, she's done so much for our families
She
here in Onslow
has.
County. We have to say thank you to her. Now, Cherish the Child event,
Yes.
pinwheels.
Yes.
And then I understand you're going to the carnival.
Yes, the Guardian Ad Litem's office holds a yearly carnival and Riverwalk, and so on April 18th, Piers will have a booth set up there, and so will the Department of Social Services for foster parents.
Okay.
And so we're going to be working together in our booths to help recruit foster parents, as well as let parents know about our programs for our parent education, our adolescent parenting program, and our child care program.
Fantastic. Now, we should also remind folks that Cherish the Child and also Child Prevention Month has a signature color, and you all have a
Yes.
ribbon. So what do we want to be
So,
looking for?
Well, we actually have a pinwheel now. The
Okay.
ribbon did come about with a grandmother who had it for a memory of her grandchild who she lost because of child abuse. And so Prevent Child Abuse in North Carolina has brought out the blue pinwheels.
Oh.
And the pinwheels represents the happy memories that children make in their childhood and the parents making those memories with the kids. And so we celebrate life. We celebrate what we can do as a parent, as a grandparent, with our kids and our grandkids every single day. And so we should all be looking out for blue pinwheels and for people to set up blue pinwheels in their own front yards just to celebrate their own kids. I mean, anybody can do this, any company, any agency, they can have pinwheels just representing all month of April.
Okay.
So we will have our garden up all month.
All right. Well, Tundra, the last thing we want to talk about is you also always appreciate people supporting you all in any way that they can, be it their
Yes.
time, their talents, contributions.
Yes.
How can people best help and support what Piers' efforts are here in the county?
First, I would like for them to search their heart. If they would like to come to Piers and do a walkthrough, I always encourage people to come to Piers. We're in a house, and it is like a family there. When people come in, we're there for everyone. And so we have a board set up, and it has our blue pinwheels on it this year, or this month in April. And so it has all the different things that people can come and help donate. We're always looking for diapers. The bigger size diapers are hard to come by. The pull-ups, because we've got a lot of the older kids fixing to age out of our program, our adolescent parenting program. So they're always needing those supplies for their children. We have newer moms and dads that are coming in that are much younger right now. And so they always need added support. So educational toys, educational books. We have our little library out front at Piers, and people are always coming and bringing new books out and putting in there, and they're taking books out. I love to see families drive up with their kids, and they're just going through the books and saying, which books do you want? I mean, it's just a great opportunity. The Onslow County Partnership for Children gave us that little library, and it is utilized every single day.
That is
And we
awesome.
love stocking it with books for people to enjoy. But anybody that wants to stop by and help us, if anybody wants to do diaper drives and wipe drives for us for the adolescent parenting program, or if they just want to write a donation, they can, because every book is given to parents in their parenting education class is free to them. Every service that we have is free to the community.
And when you have that strong foundation in parenting, then the message of child prevention
Oh,
be, is brought home, that we can stop that cycle?
So we do a wonderful exercise in our Making Children Mind class utilizing some protective factors. And we talk about our strong foundations. And if there's cracks in it, we can't build a sturdy house. And so sometimes we have to go back to the foundation and rebuild our foundation. And that's okay as a parent. Sometimes we need help. I needed help when my kids were going through different stages, and I took parenting classes at Pierce back then. I was a social worker in Child Protective Services, but I still needed to learn more stuff to help my own children. More education you get, the better off we are building that foundation and a stronger house.
Well, thank you, Tandrea, for helping us build that strong foundation. Wishing you great success with Cherish the Child.
Thank you.
And as always, we look forward to visiting with you next time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Welcome back to Onslow County today, and we're still at the Onslow County Multipurpose Complex, but we've kind of come around the corner here over to Cooperative Extension, where we're with Marie Bowman, who is the manager of the Farmers Market. Marie, it's been kind of a dreary winter.
It has been.
And we're excited about spring, and you're especially excited about spring because what's happening?
Well, we've got our season opening April 13th.
Okay.
We'll be here from 8:30 to 1:30, and that'll start our Saturdays. We'll be here every Saturday until the mid-November.
All right.
And for yogas again on Saturday at 9.
All right, and the yoga actually takes place out at the Spring House. Is that where that takes place?
In the summer house.
Summer house.
Or
okay.
somewhere along the boardwalk as it's
Okay.
available.
Well, I see that posted, and people are encouraging people to participate. So, what a great way to get out and enjoy the Discovery Garden, and also practice a little self-care.
That's right.
Now, we have talked many, many times about knowing where our food comes from and how important that is in the kind of farm-to-table movement. But not only will we know where our food comes from when we come to the farmer's market, we get to meet the actual farmer.
Right.
Talk about that connection that people make.
Right. We absolutely love when folks can come in and talk to the farmers and talk about how things were grown and produced and how, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So tell us a little bit about, people love to make that connection about where their food comes from. We talk about the farm to table movement, but we don't just know where our food comes from. We get to meet the actual farmer here at the farmer's market.
Yes. Yes. So folks love to come in and talk to the farmers, and they love to share stories about when they were a child, growing up, going to their grandparents' farms. They love to share recipes. We'll also be doing some taste testings.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Now, do you have anything, so you said things launch on the 13th.
Yes.
Anything special planned for that day?
We're doing our grand reopening. We'll be celebrating spring, so it'll be kind of like a spring
Okay.
fling. Rumor has it that there'll be an Easter bunny that'll pay us a visit that day too.
Awesome.
So there'll be a little bit of an Easter egg hunt as well. Just encouraging folks to walk around and enjoy the Discovery Gardens as well as the market.
So we don't only have, though, our main farmer's market that you all have been growing, excuse the pun, for
Right.
several years now, but you also have something coming up in downtown.
We do. So last year we had moved both of our markets to this location out on Richlands Highway. A lot of folks in the community decided that, they really requested that we move back into the city limits, and so we've done some research and we found a location downtown.
Okay.
And it'll open April 16th.
All right.
It'll be 9:30 to 1:30, and it'll be between Newbridge and College Streets,
Okay.
right across from the health department.
All right, so the big Consolidated Human Services Building.
Correct.
Just across College there is where they can find
Right.
the new downtown farmer's market
Correct.
that's in conjunction with your farmer's market.
Correct.
Okay,
And so
that's
it'll
your
be a little
second-
grassy area that'll be nice for the vendors. It'll be a great walking area for the community and for the folks that work downtown.
Now, I'm sure with the opening coming up soon, you've already spoken with a lot of your vendors. What can folks be looking for this year?
Right. So again, fresh produce, local produce, meat, eggs, honey, as well as I just spoke with a gentleman this morning that's going to be doing some kettle corn
Ooh.
and popping on site on Saturdays, and then also soaps. handmade items, jewelry. We've got several ladies that do hand-cut stones and
Okay.
polishing and into jewelry and other items.
So really that you've got artisans, you've got crafters, farmers, folks who can items,
Yes.
bake items, all in this beautiful setting here at the Discovery Garden. And the best thing is it's not just the same old, because the best part about coming to a farmer's market is seasonal best. Talk
Right.
a little bit about
it
that.
changes through the season.
Okay.
And so, yes, we encourage folks to shop the season. Strawberries starting out, strawberries, lettuces, radishes, and then we'll move into tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchinis, and then into the fall with some greens and sweet potatoes, some squash.
So our table gets to reflect the bounty of the
Absolutely.
county.
Absolutely.
Well, Marie, if folks again want to come out and visit on the 13th and every Saturday beyond that,
Right.
or again the downtown market,
Yes.
where can we find out more about it?
You can find out more about us on the website, which is
Okay.
onslowcountyfarmersmarket.com,
Okay.
or also on our social media, our Facebook or Twitter page.
And always, you all are really great about updating that and encouraging folks. When I look at your social media pages, I'm like, it's time to go to the farmer's market. Well, thank you as always. We know that you have got a busy, busy time ahead of you, so we're going to let you go. But
Okay.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Onslow County today. And as we said, April is jam-packed here in Onslow County, and that does not leave out Onslow County Consolidated Human Services and the Health Department. We've got Victoria Reyes joining us. She's the Community Relations Officer with the Health Department to talk to us about Public Health Month and
Yes, ma'am.
all of the things that you all have going on. So tell us a little bit about Public Health Month to begin with. Then we're going to talk about your community health assessment, the findings, and then how you all are moving forward.
Yes, so April is Public Health, well, it's actually week, but we're going to celebrate it all month long there at the Health Department. So we're highlighting some specific days, wanting to educate the community on the services that we offer at the Health Department. So each day will have a theme, but we will be celebrating that on social media there in the Health Department. So come by, see what we have to offer and how you can join us.
All right, so first is Public Health Week/month.
Yes.
That you all have going on. And then, of course, every year we love to report on the fact that you all have done your community health assessment, finding out what the needs are in the community, and you all have just gotten those results for this year.
So we received back our community health needs assessment that we do every 3 years. So the results came back earlier this year. We met with our community health assessment team, our chat,
Okay.
and we talked about what we want our priorities to be for our next 3 years. And the health topics that we spoke about and that we decided would be the best for the resources available and for the health of our community is substance abuse, exercise, weight, and nutrition,
Okay.
and other chronic diseases, meaning kidney disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and diabetes, which are all huge here in Onslow County and are all trending upward. So we want to stop that, and we want to open those lines of conversation with our community. And that's where our chat comes in, that's where the health department comes in, and all these initiatives that we're doing.
Now, when you did that assessment, a lot of that was self-reporting. You had your team out going door to door, literally, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Well, we have a great team at the health department that, was out in the community at different outreaches, going door to door. They were in different businesses, a few car dealerships, in the lobby, in front of you, asking you, hey, can you fill out this survey, and doing it with the community. We also hosted some focus groups with different community members and groups to try to get, a full vintage of what our community is seeing, what are the health problems in this community. And so I think we did a really good job there. All of that gets sent off to a third party. And they put that together with some other sources, the CDC, American Survey, and just see, okay, from our secondary data, what came in high, and then what we're seeing locally.
And you mentioned that a lot of those chronic illnesses are trending upward, the type 2 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis. Certainly we know about the opioid crisis and substance abuse, whether it be opioid or alcohol or smoking, any of those things that prove so detrimental to our health. And you all have all kinds of initiatives to help us make better changes, make changes in our life, make better choices. And it all begins with education. So talk a little bit about your public education initiatives that you all do.
Yes, so you know, as you mentioned, we are always working. We are always trying to provide something for the community. And right now, in regards to the, you know, we heard from the community, they want opportunities for exercise, weight, nutrition, and health. And so we're hearing you. We just launched an initiative, Second Saturday Step Up, super easy. It's the second Saturday of every month at 9 a.m. We want to highlight different areas of the community of our county and bring you some physical activity with a little bit of health education involved.
Okay.
So the next one is coming up April 13th, and it will be hosted at the health department. We'll be doing Get Pumped for Public Health. So our theme is public health, like I said, to celebrate Public Health Week/month. We're partnered up with Jacksonville Recreation and Parks.
Okay.
They're bringing somebody in to do a little training session. It'll be all about strength training, and we'll have some of our representatives to educate you on our services, what you can come in. It's all preventative care, so what services that we offer to the community. If you have no insurance, can we still see you? Yes, we can. So yeah, we would love to have you there at 9 o'clock. We try to get you out pretty quickly. So a little bit of education, a little bit of, physical activity, and seeing different areas of our county and the community.
All right, well, very good. Well, the one thing that we always want folks to understand is that the health department is for the whole county.
Okay.
It's for everyone who might need those services, and regardless of, as you said, insurance, economic issues, age, come to the health department, come to Consolidated Human Services, and really learn how to make those right choices for your life. And for your well-being. We also want to make sure that folks, Victoria, know exactly how to find you all. So let's give them, kind of orient them to downtown and the best way to reach you all.
So we are located 612 College Street.
Okay.
So that is the block behind City Hall, kind of
New Bridge
right there. So easy location where with DSS. So in that same building, health department, you could ask. We have great people at our front desk who can navigate you wherever you have to go.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Again, thank you. And always, you all also have, as you said, super social media presence, so follow along. And oftentimes on that social media, you're not just telling us what you're doing, you give us some great tips as well.
Oh yes, I can't say enough about the team that we have at the health department, but they do a really great job taking care of our social media, updating it daily with what's going on. Just the other day, we posted some information about some CDC, some recalls, so we try to keep you updated on all that information.
Excellent. Well, happy Public Health Week/month.
Yes.
And thank you for all you all do, helping keep us all healthier here in Onslow County.
Thank you.
As always, we want to thank you for joining us for Onslow County Today, and a very special thank you to our host here at Onslow County Senior Services. We have learned about public health. We've learned about all the activities that are going on, and we've had a lot of discussion about self-care, that we can do our best for others when we're at our best. With that said, it's time for me to see what else is going on here at Senior Services, and we invite you to check it out too. Thanks again for joining us for Onslow County Today. We'll see you next time.